On the island of Newfoundland, upon the southwest coast, lies the little town of Virgil, to whom I'll sing this toast. There are so many highlands that lie just off her shore, and when the cold north wind blows, you can hear the billows roar. The people from the village make their living from the sea. They like their independence, it shows that they are free. Some fish in their small boats in the wind, the rain and sleet, while others make their living on the offshore trawler fleet. They've known their share of tragedies down through the years, and when the memories overcome, they show their grief with tears. For they have lost some loved ones to the furies of the seas, for heartaches and heartbreaks are locked in memories. This village, it's got beauty carved on its rugged shore. 7 miles of pure white sand, who could ask for more? The mountains and the valleys where the rivers run so fast, and the salmon rise to the sportsman's fly as he makes another cast. Tell the people of this village love their native home, for anyone who goes away most surely will return. Just like that lifelong mystery, the answer you won't know. What makes this rugged village burn so deeply in your soul? What makes this rugged village burn so deeply in your soul?
Good evening, and welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight in our stories we have TWIR for the Cure, Bike Rodeo, Sand and Sea Festival. Please stay tuned for these stories after this.
You're not the kind of guy that makes the tours all sigh.
2 for $3.
They never turn their heads and look when you walk by. 'Cause it's the little things.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Helping.
What a nice young man.
Pass it on.
My goodness.
You are not what you buy.
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
I better get out of here. Ooh.
The TWIR for the Cure bus was in Burgeo on Monday. I took my camera over and went through the tour.
What we're doing is traveling across Atlantic Canada because we want to bring up the breastfeeding rates to 85% by 2010. Currently, we are at 62% in areas like this, where you go to Corner Brook and you get your screening done in the screening program, and 50% in areas like Grand Falls, where your doctor makes your appointment for you, and then you go to the hospital and get your screening done. And by screening, we just mean going to get your mammograms when you're eligible. And here in Newfoundland, to be eligible, you just have to be 50 years and up. And so this section here is all about becoming breast aware. And we really want women to get to know what's normal for themselves, so that if something does change, they can bring up these changes with their doctors. And changes aren't only on the inside, but they are also on the outside. So you want to look for things like nipple changes. Your nipple could invert itself, or it could become crystallized, and that can look like eczema or psoriasis. You also want to look for any redness, so a new rash or just a patch of red skin that you can't explain. Nipple discharge, no matter what color or what thickness it is. Lumps or thickening on the outside. Skin changes, like a patch of skin that turns lighter or darker than your natural skin color, or a new mole or a mole that changes size or shape, as well as any dimpling or puckering. And dimpling or puckering can look like one dimple just like in a cheek, or even a group of little dimples, almost like orange peel. And sometimes these changes will only show up when your arms are above your head, so when you are looking in the mirror, you do want to raise your arms up, just to make sure that things stay the same. And now, I'm going to teach everyone how to feel for changes. And what you want to do is use 3 fingers like this. You use these pads of your fingers here. And you want to keep your fingers nice and flat, because if you put your fingers like this, whatever was there probably is going to move out of the way. So you do light circles at first, then a little more firmly, and then pretty firmly. And when you're doing this on yourself, you want to aim for your ribs, because a lot of times the lumps will need something to back up against, if there is anything there, and so you want to give yourself the best chance of feeling anything. Then we have people flip them over, and there are lumps in behind. We have people try to find all 5 of them. And the hardest one to find is this one. So you'll usually push it to the side and then go down like that. And it gives people a really good gauge on just how firmly they should be pressing. And lastly, I'll let you know that the area you want to check is quite a bit larger than people think. It's actually from here, just underneath your collarbone, down to your bottom rib. And then you start in your armpit and you work your way down like that. And it should only take about 20 minutes once a month. As long as you're comfortable when you're doing it. Bed, bath, or shower, whatever works for you. Because if you're comfortable, you're going to do it. And then behind you here, we have information about the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation that people can read through. All from how we raise our funds, and then where all those funds end up going. And here we've got a quiz. So when people come onto the bus, they can lift these up. Questions are on top, answers are underneath. And lastly, there's a video. And I can turn it on if you'd like.
Welcome. Here in Atlantic, Canada, 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. The first thing we can all do to protect ourselves from this disease is to have a regular mammogram. Mammograms can find small abnormalities long before you or a doctor might feel them. But current statistics tell us that many women aren't having regular mammograms. You may have your own reasons why you feel you shouldn't or can't have one. And what we're hoping to do in the next few minutes is show what happens during breast screening and give you the information you need to take the first step and book your appointment. Booking is easy. In most provinces, there's a toll-free number you can call. You can also contact your local health authority to find out more about screening services in your community. In some cases, a mobile screening van may travel to areas where regular screening isn't available. Here are a few tips to keep in mind before your appointment. Don't wear deodorant, talcum powder, or lotion around your breasts. These products can show up on your x-ray. Plan to wear pants or a skirt. You'll need to be naked from the waist up for the screening. If possible, it is best not to schedule your appointment just before your period. Your breasts are more sensitive at that time. Hi, how are you? Yourself? Fine, thank you. You must be Christy? I am. Excellent. Thank you very much. Welcome. After checking in at reception and before your screening, the technologist will ask you a few questions about your breast health. Thank you very much. Okay, so Christine, do you have anything on the history of breast cancer? No. Are you using any estrogen? No. Great, okay, that's all the questions. Just pass this over. Most mammography technologists are women. You and the technologists are the only ones that will be in the room during your mammogram. You lift up underneath, lean into the plate, and let your shoulder relax down. Good. Okay, so you're going to feel the pressure come down along your chest wall. To start, the technologist will place your breast on an x-ray plate. Plastic compression plate lowers to flatten the breast. This is done for 2 reasons. First, it ensures the breast remains still, and second, it prevents blurring on the x-ray and helps produce a high-quality image. Many women are concerned that this part of the procedure will hurt. It can be uncomfortable, but it shouldn't hurt. Compression only lasts for about 20 to 30 seconds before the plates are raised and your breast released.
Good. Okay, Christine, that's the moment to let you go. And just take a second for me to see that picture.
The compression is then repeated from a different angle and another x-ray taken.
Good. Okay, so we'll do the second picture. I'm going to turn the machine up onto its side.
This allows the radiologist to see the maximum amount of breast tissue as well as the lymph nodes in the breast area close to your underarm.
Just you can lift your arm, let the right in and over, right there. Perfect.
The entire procedure is repeated for the other breast.
Perfect. Okay, that's great. And then for the second side.
In all, 2 pictures of each breast are taken. A technologist is not able to give you the results of your mammogram. Their role is to capture good images and note anything on the outside of the breast that may interfere with the reading of the images later, such as moles or scars. When both breasts have been screened and the technologist is satisfied with the images, you're free to get dressed and leave the clinic. The whole process will have taken about 15 to 20 minutes. That's pretty quick for something that could save your life. A radiologist will then carefully examine your screening mammogram images and determine what your report will be. Having regular mammograms allows a radiologist to be more accurate and to detect smaller changes because they will have previous mammograms to compare to your most recent images. Approximately 2 to 3 weeks after your appointment, you'll receive a letter from the screening clinic with the results of your mammogram. At this point, you'll learn one of 2 things. You may receive a notice that no abnormalities were detected on your mammogram. If this is the case for you, there's nothing else to do until it's time to book your next mammogram. Many screening programs will even remind you well in advance of your next due date so you can book early. If something was detected on your mammogram, the radiologist will recommend that further imaging is necessary. You'll receive a notice saying that an abnormality has been detected and that a diagnostic workup will be booked for you. You may need a breast MRI or a core biopsy. Let's be clear at this point. The detection of an abnormality does not necessarily mean a diagnosis of breast cancer. Of the 20 to 40% of mammograms that need further testing, most of them actually turn out to be normal. In fact, out of every 1,000 women screened, only 5 will have breast cancer. The final report from your diagnostic mammogram will go back to your family doctor. You should then follow up with your doctor to discuss the report. I hope you've answered your questions and that you'll book your mammogram today. I go for breastfeeding because I know it's the right thing to do and because early detection saves lives. Remember this, a woman's best defense against breast cancer is regular screening. So if you're eligible, don't wait any longer to book your mammogram. You may save a life, your own.
You come on board.
Okay.
So after they've gone through the tour, they then fill this out. And they leave with information to take home with them. And you can also visit our website at tourforthecure.ca. And inside, everybody leaves with this door knocker. And inside it is the same information that you learned at the front, as well as the 1-800 number to call in order to book your appointment, which in Newfoundland is 1-800-414-3443.
The RCMP LA Bike Rodeo on Friday. The children that participated were taught and singles, and to have their helmets on and their bikes inspected. The children were divided into 2 groups. Then they each went through an obstacle courses and were given points on how well they done. Here's a clip from that day.
Don't knock it over. Stop. That's good. Very good. Didn't knock it over. If we had an egg on the top, you'd be fine. And your name is Steven? Good. Very good. Okay. You want to go down right by that pylon that's all by itself, please? All right. Next one. Stop. Good one. Very good. Caden? No? What's your name? Matthew.
And when I say stop, go right at the pylon, but don't hit it. I'm going to tell you when to stop. Keep going, 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 stop. Perfect. And next, Chandler, come on down, Chandler. There you go, control. Good, nice wide turn. There you go, control. Turn. Oh, good one. Good control. And stop right in the middle. Right in the middle. Like this. Be careful, don't go too deep. Good one. And stop right in the middle of the pylon. Excellent. Good stuff. Pointing is perfect. Keep doing her, Joe. Keep doing her. Over here. Through the middle. And stop right in the middle. Go in the center. Stop right in the middle of the pylon. Okay, Dalton, right over here with everybody else on the side, okay? Ready, go. All the arrows, back to back. First name. Good job, Wibble Wallace. Good one. All right. Stop right here. Very good. Everybody files a very good driver, aren't you?
The official opening of the 15th Annual Sand and Sea Festival was held on Thursday at the park. Chairperson Paulette Marsden opened the festival, had several guest speakers, ribbon and cake cutting. Throughout the festival, music was provided by various entertainers.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you who don't know me, I'm Paulette Marsden, and on behalf of our committee, we'd like to welcome you to our 15th Sand and Sea Festival. First of all, I'll introduce you to our small committee. They are Florence Courtney. Florence, come over, please. Terry McDonald. Ann Brown. June Sims. And Sandra Billard. We also have Edith Marsden. Edith couldn't be with us. She's over in Nova Scotia waiting for her first grandchild. Okay, I guess by now a lot of you have heard, I'm going to start this off today, this is our last Sand and Sea Festival as the organizing committee. It's been 15 years for Florence and myself, 13 for Edie, TWIR and Ann, and about 4 for June and Sandra, so I guess we're getting burned out. But hopefully someone else will show a bit of interest and take it over and continue to carry on the festival, so I'm sure we'd love to come up, sit down now and enjoy one. So if there's anybody out there who's got any interest at all, come on up and we'll certainly get you started. I'm going to invite the Honourable Judy Foote, our MP, to say a few words.
Thank you. And thank you for the invitation to be here. This is my first Sand and Sea Festival, and now I'm sorry I missed all of the other 15. It's wonderful to be here, and obviously I can see why you're so appreciative of this wonderful site that we're on here today. And of course the weather, I'll take credit for that if that's okay with you. I know when I was in provincial politics, I always said if the weather was bad, it was federal. But now I'm going to take credit for the nice weather we have today. First of all, let me say thank you to the organizers, and I'm sorry to see that the committee that's put it together for the last 15 years won't be continuing, but I do understand. It takes a lot of hard work to pull together events like this, and while we get to enjoy it, we come out and celebrate and sit back and enjoy it all. Of course, there's always someone behind the scene who makes it all possible. So I say a sincere thank you to them. As I've said to so many others throughout the riding of Random Buren St. George's, I don't know if you know, but there are 180 communities in the riding of Random Buren St. George's. So while I have the pleasure to be here today, I will be at another celebration tomorrow in another community and another one the next day until the end of August. So there are a lot of these celebrations going on throughout Newfoundland and Labrador, and certainly in the riding of Random Buren St. George's. But I'm delighted to be here today with my husband Howard, and we're going to take part in the festivities for the rest of the day. And I think there's a roast beef supper that we're going to take in at 5 o'clock. But I can tell you that one thing that's famous at all of the festivals we go to, and that is the food. So, you know, by the time you get to 20 of these, you can start to feel the pounds going on. And but it's good food, and it's good to be always in rural Newfoundland and Labrador. Certainly with my colleague and your MHA, Kelvin Parsons. So thank you again for the invitation, and I look forward to seeing a lot of you as the day goes on. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Foote. Now we'd like to welcome the Honourable Joan Burke.
Thank you, Paulette. Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's certainly my pleasure to be here and to bring greetings on behalf of Premier Danny Williams, who's attending another function somewhere else, I think in central Newfoundland today. It's nice to be here. It's not the first time I've been down to your festival. I've been here a couple of times representing government, and prior to that, I had been down a couple of times by just being a tourist and taken in the festival. It's nice to see the tourists here, and anybody who's not from Newfoundland and Labrador or originally from here and returning, certainly welcome to the area, welcome to Burgeo, and it's nice to see you here at the festival. But this is not all about tourists either. The festival here is something for families and the people of Burgeo and the surrounding area to take in year after year, and something's been here for 15 years, and it gets families out, it gets people out, and it's certainly a time to come together. And as Paulette had mentioned, she has been on this committee for the last 15 years, and I know as co-chairs, both Paulette and Florence have indicated that they'd like to take a break from this. There's some more on the committee who would like to continue on. So I'd also, along with Paulette, encourage anybody who's out there who'd like to see this festival continue to step up and be part of it. But I'd also like to thank Paulette and Florence as co-chairs who've put 15 years, and some of the other members who've put significant years into this, because it's certainly become a community event that's recognized. It gets tourists here and it gets the families out, and it's certainly been well worth your time and effort over the last 15 years, and it's certainly become a very successful festival as well. I hope everyone has a great time. I'm sure it'll be a success again this year, and thank you again for the invitation.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Burke. Now we'd like to welcome the Honourable Kelvin Parsons.
Thank you, Paulette. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Great to be here. And by the way, Judy Foote did not bring the sun. She came from the East Coast where it was foggy, and I came from Port aux Basques where it was sunny. So we brought the sun. Few flies on the go, but that's not going to bother anybody here.
They must be from Port aux Basques.
I've had the benefit of being here for 11 of the 15 Sand and Sea festivals. It's always a great time. We always have not had good weather. Sometimes we've had a little bit of rain, but that didn't dampen anybody's spirits. And it's great to see, not only do we have the local people taking part, but of course they have a lot of family who visit, especially because they want to take part in the Sand and Sea Festival, and it's a great time to see their other friends as well. And of course, the visitors from all around southwestern Newfoundland. I noticed people here already I've met today from the Port of Basque area, Audemort area. And by the way, you're in for a real treat. Anybody who has not heard the Audemort boys, you're in for a real treat if you're here Saturday night, because I understand they're going to be the main act, and they are certainly entertainers. No question about it. All the best, everybody. Have fun. Hope the weather stays this way, and hopefully we're going to see tonight who's got the courage to take part in this screech-in ceremony. As I'm looking forward to that as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Parsons. Yeah, you made a mistake. Our screeching is tomorrow night. It's going to stay extra day. Now we'd like to welcome our mayor, Mayor George Reed.
I think I was going to sit down there and talk in that one there. Anyhow, on behalf of council and people of Burchill, welcome you all to the 15th Sand and Sea Festival. It's a festival, of course, that's gone all over Newfoundland and pretty much all over North America for that respect. I think everyone you talk to, been here, have carried good vibes from this festival. I would like to thank the people who have hit this up for the past 15 years. And I got no doubt that there will be people come forward to hit it up for the next 15 years. We can't let this die down because it brings a lot of people here just to see this part of the coast. Of course, you got to come 146 kilometers from Trans-Canada to get down here. And once you get here, we like to entertain you. And I hope that all of you will take the time to visit every place in town that you can, particularly, of course, the new visitors. And when you go out, I hope you're going to be ambassadors for the Burchill Sand and Sea. So make sure that you enjoy yourself during the stay, and we, in time, will do anything possible to help it be a good one. So good luck.
Thank you, Mayor Reed. Now we'll welcome Reverend Wilson to say a prayer for our opening festival.
Good day, everybody. Let us pray. Loving God, we thank you for this wonderful day. Please allow us to come together, Lord. Thanking you for granting to each one travel mercies to come back to this our community and use this time, O Lord, to share and rejoice together. Thank you for the committee, for the hard work. Pray that, O Lord, you continue to bless even those who volunteer, Lord, to step into the plate and serve. We thank you for this day, Lord. Lead us, even the proceedings during these festivities, O Lord, in the weekend. Lead us and guide us to your glory. Because of Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Wilson. Now we're going to ask Mayor Reed if he'd come up with Thierry and Florence and cut the ribbon to officially open our festival. Thank you, guys. Now we got a beautiful looking cake down there that we're going to get cut, so we're going to ask everybody behind me to go down and take a knife and also eat the first piece. So ask everybody go down and cut our cake first. We even got a server. Damn nice as that.
Friday was Burchill Day. The annual screeching in ceremony was held that night. Captain Bellard was on hand to make those brave people honorary Newfoundlanders. This will be shown in its entirety at a later date.
God, you're a good bunch. Put your head right in your mouth. Come on, just show the crowd. Look at all the crowd. Look, open your mouth and drive your head right down there. Okay, old buddy, you're the last for everything. You can have them kiss and do whatever you want with them. Remember washing out tomorrow morning. Give him a kiss. Give him a big kiss. Watch out and sharp. Watch out and sharp. Hey, way to go, sport. Way to go. Now, boys, you've done everything that was required to become a newfie, so I got some certificates now I'm going to give you. This is on behalf of I, Captain Mimi Speller, and our Premier, Danny Williams. So, as I called your name, you come forward. I know you don't understand me. You can look at me if you want to, I know. And the first one is my girl, Trish. Trish Clout, upside the head. And this certificate says, I'll just read the one. This is to certify that Trish Clough of whatever Ontario is consumed on this day, the 24th of July in the year 2009, some of Newfoundland's golden elixirs. And I would like to congratulate you on becoming a newfie. You was nothing when you come here, but you'll be something when you leave. I got one more thing to do. I got to give you a slap with this. There. Now, here's your certificate. And here's Mama. Sandy. Congratulations to you. Put your sunglasses down or you could be going blind. That's on becoming a newfie. Congratulations, my darling. You done everything that it took. Joanne Reinhardt. I got my oar upside down. You see, I don't know if you all know this. Hey, this is my wife, eh? That's an oar. And you see up there, that's a crack. Oh yeah, we've got a crack. Oh yeah, the oar, yeah. Now, congratulations on behalf of all Captain Emmons, Bellert, and Danny Williams. You're now a Newfoundlander. Sandra. Oh, Mom. Congratulations, old darling. You're now what you call a newfie. You should be proud of yourself because you was nothing when you come here, just like your daughter. Nothing, but now she's something. Crystal. Come on over, darling. There you go. You take all that. And congratulations. You was nothing when you come here, but you're something now, and you give Captain Mimi Speller a kiss on the cheek. God love you. God love you. Donnie. Donnie, old boy. You kissed other cheek. Congratulations, old buddy. You're now what you call not only a newfie, but a, what's that word you sung that song? Berjoyan. There you go. Jacques. Jacques. J-A-C-Q-U-E. Jacques. That's you. There you go, Jack. You and Jacques when you come here, buddy. Jack now, everybody. Yeah, yes, sir. You take your certificate now and jack off. There you go. Take over that paper. Take over your paper, Cocky. Take. Hey, congratulations, now a newfie. Ann. Come on, get up here. McPhee. Ah, you take that, old darling. 2 hands. Hey, well, where's 1 hand? 2 hands. Congratulations, old darling. You're now a newfie on behalf of Captain Mimi Speller and Daniel Williams. You're welcome, dear. I think she might kiss me. Christine. Congratulations, my darling. You're now what you call a newfie. I got to touch you with an oar. With the wife, you know. Eh? You're welcome. Ellen. Tatey Bone. There you go, Ellen, buddy. You take your certificate and congratulations. You're now a honorary newfie. Don't. Hey, give me a little slap. Diane. Oh, Precourt. Diane Precourt. Precourt. Well, we would spell P-R-E-C-O-U-R-T, Precourt. Yes. That the Mountie took you to court and it was cancelled, it'd be a Precourt, I say. Right? You take all that, and I'm going to make you what you call Newfoundlander, and thank you being for so much fun.
Ok, merci beaucoup.
You're welcome. Yeah. Jerry. You too. Here you go, buddy. You take all that, and congratulations on being a Newfoundlander. These hunting got it expensive? Does it? Jason. Jason. You're not too drunk. Come over. You're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good, old buddy. Congratulations. Congratulations. You take your certificate now, and don't you lose that. Because not only your wife is a Newfoundlander, no, you're a Newfoundlander. There you go, buddy. Congratulations. Thanks for being a sport. Yep. Okay, Jeremy. There you come, English muffin. Congratulations, old buddy. And you're now what you call the Newfie. That's all of them. Everybody, thank you. And let's have a little one more dance if we can before we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Come on. Here's the Newfies. Woo! There we go. Give out. Now we got a few more Newfies. Thank you all. Good night.
Also on Friday night, fireworks were displayed. As usual, it was an awesome show. Music from the festival will be shown at a later date.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yeah. What's this? Oh. Shit. Doing, hey? Can't ask for a little bit of
This concludes our program for tonight. Thank you for watching. Good night.